I don't know, Johnny. I really don't. I think he could take it across that bunker on the right if he wanted to.
The first major grimace of the day comes at the second for Tiger.
Tiger was down but not out, because after double bogey and bogey at the first and second, he stayed on even par all the way through to the 18th, where he was a shot behind Rocco Mediate.
So after 72 holes, the 158th ranked player in the world, Rocco Mediate, was in position to realize his lifelong dream of winning the U.S. Open. It all came down to Tiger's last hole. His tee shot, though, found a fairway bunker. Eagle seemed out of the question.
Let's go, Tiger!
Did he get it?
Oh, on the right, in the right rough.
Boy, that's a huge mistake there.
Tiger had to regain his composure if he had any chance to catch Rocco. From 105 yards away, he needed to hole out for the win or get it up and down somehow for birdie to force a playoff.
Can you get lucky and get the right distance? Look at this, gonna funnel down that hill. That's a pretty darn good shot.
He's gonna need to make that, as Rocco watched it, for that perfect 13-0 54-hole record. And the major championship will be over.
Don't check out of your hotel, Rocco.
Now, Westwood in his third.
This is a much easier shot, Roger.
Yes, less than a full wedge here, Johnny. Only 74 yards.
He's never been this nervous, ever.
This looks pretty good. Spins. Well, took a big first hop.
Yeah, it's just hard to hit it that smoothly when your nerves are so riled up. Comes down to the flat stick.
And Tiger Woods involved in another dramatic conclusion to another major competition. And this crowd recognizing what he has been through this week after a third knee surgery on the left knee, grimacing his way to perhaps forcing a playoff. Rocco could barely stand still. He was just moments away from winning his first major title if both Woods and Westwood failed to make their birdies. Westwood's going to come up short. One last bullet for Rocco Mediate to try to avoid. 2 over 73 for Westwood, who began the day one behind Tiger.
Well, the scene is set again for Tiger Woods in a major championship. Look at this. It doesn't get any more exciting for Rocco than this.
Expect anything different? Rocco, you've got Tiger for 18 holes tomorrow.
Unbelievable. I knew he'd make it.
What a birdie from the lie he had on the third shot. And that ball went in by 1/100 of an inch. This ball could have lipped out just as easily as it went in.
But when you're Tiger Woods, they don't dare wiggle out. Another 72nd hole scene from Tiger Woods. So with Woods and Mediate headed to a playoff, still a great championship from Westwood, who was one back. Carlson and Trahan finished at +2.
So an 18-hole playoff featuring the omnipotent Tiger Woods and Rocco Mediate, ranked 158 in the world. And Tiger was generally the man in charge until he made this mistake at 14.
Oh, that's one that hit the edge that did not go in. We've seen a couple really crawl in.
Now, we've been out here exactly 3 hours and a couple minutes, and it is all tied up.
Tiger hit an errant tee shot at the 15th, leaving him in a fairway bunker 170 yards from the hole.
Well, he is shaping it right to left. This is a good-looking golf shot from back there. I'll tell you what, that is a great golf shot.
It's coming back, too. It's a Tiger shot. It's a Tiger shot.
Why would you ever doubt him in a position like that?
What a shot. Maybe the best shot he's hit the whole championship, especially with Rocco pouring the steam to him. Rocco's got to be just shaking his head right now.
Undeterred by Tiger's brilliant shot, Mediate stood over a pressure-packed birdie putt of his own. Yes! Rocco says if you're going to pull shots off like that, you better make it to match me.
first long putt of the day. What a time to do it.
Rocco back to even, and now the pressure was back on Tiger, who had to sink his birdie putt to stay in a tie. Rocco Mediate is going to have himself a one-shot lead with 3 holes to go. It's Rocco's championship at the moment by 1 as they head to a long par 3 16th. The atmosphere here absolutely electric. Ahead at the next, Tiger from about 50 feet for birdie and a tie. But just 1 turn short from an amazing birdie.
When the match got to 18, Rocco was still a shot clear.
Hold it just a little bit, Johnny, but it may be a good distance.
That's a very makeable putt right there. Not his best shot, but under pressure, that's pretty good.
Today, a little left for birdie. That's a lot of left. So Rocco Mediate has a putt to win the U.S. Open Championship at the age of 45. The biggest putt of his life, and Rocco couldn't get it to fall, leaving Tiger an opening to once again pull even.
You better not hit it right edge is all I can tell you.
You would not expect him to miss this.
There's the birdie he needed. But Tiger's done it again. He needed a birdie to force more holes, and he's done it.
A par putt to continue this U.S. Open Championship to sudden death. 90 holes through the 108th U.S. Open, and still not enough to decide a champion. Sudden death we go for just the 3rd time since it was instituted back in 1954. Rocco and Tiger play on.
But the Cinderella story came to an abrupt end on the first playoff hole after a wayward approach from Mediate.
Just couldn't get much spin coming out of there, so he's going to.
Tiger Woods, of course, at that point, 14 major championships. All 14 of them were leading from the front. That streak obviously ended in 2009 at the PGA Championship when Y.E. Yang pipped in, turning it to 14-1. And Tiger hasn't been the same since, Spence. I mean, look at the guy back then, as we've seen throughout the entire course of the show, and the man that goes to Chambers Bay this week at the U.S. Open. How big is that gap, and can he scale it once again?
Wow, it's a huge gap. I mean, you just look back at those wonderful memories and the drama, and particularly on the greens, his confidence with the putter, particularly anything inside 8 feet, 10 feet, you just knew he was going to make it. And if you had to back anyone to make putts, it would be Tiger. And obviously, when you're unable to do that as consistently as he was then, it's going to be difficult. The other factor, obviously, is that the current crop of young players don't fear him. In those days, he stood on the tee and you felt almost the other players would tremble and he'd have beaten them before they teed off. That's not the case anymore. Can he come back? Well, we've seen a few decent performances this year, at the Masters notably, but we've also seen some horrific performances. So it's difficult to see on a course like Chambers Bay, but he's so talented, he's so good. I still think somewhere deep down he can pull out one more major. I suspect it won't be this week, though.
Well, of course, anything can happen. I mean, it's Tiger Woods. He won the U.S. Open on a single leg. My goodness. All right, I'm going to run some stats by you very quickly. Tiger Woods' scoring average this year, 73.86. He started his worst ever round as a professional, 85. Spencer, you could have had his money that day. Quick prediction. How's he going to do at the U.S. Open? Is he going to factor? Is he going to miss the cut? Is he going to withdraw? Is he going to break a leg? What's going to happen?
Well, I respect the fact that he's been at Chambers Bay for a few days, where a lot of the players have been criticising it who haven't even been there. Tiger, I think, has had 3 or 4 practice rounds. He's really put the time and effort in, and you just sense if he can get some confidence back with the putter. Obviously, on that kind of course, you need some good breaks, good bounces, and I'd love to see him certainly in contention going into Sunday. That would be a fantastic performance, particularly then going into the Open at St Andrews next month.
Well, hopefully he needs to activate those glutes to play well. Anyway, thanks so much, Spence. Spence is going to be back tomorrow for our great finishes at the U.S. Open, our final archive show before our live coverage is going to start at 4 o'clock in the morning on Friday, followed by our live review show at 11 a.m. Michael Campbell's going to be back tomorrow. Do enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you then.
Funny. Funnily famous people, famously funny people, we've got them all.
You would be great in Bollywood. You've got the hair.
Yeah, I've got the hair, yeah.
Shake your head like this.
Conan. All new episodes Wednesday to Saturday only on FX.
Golf at its finest. The second major of the year.
US Open champion.
Don't let June just go by. US Open Championship. Tonight, followed by the review show. Live on the Fox Sports Network.
This Father's Day.
Dad! Dad!
When duty calls.
Dad!
Daddies will be put to the ultimate test.
I shrunk the kids.
What? You